And Indonesia is a group of 17,000 islands, okay? And there's a geographical term for a group of islands. Does anyone know what that is? When you have many islands that make up one country, like Indonesia or the Philippines. Okay, you're going to learn, all right? It's a kind of long word, starts with an A, called an archipelago. So here's a map of Indonesia blown up. As you can see, all these little dots, these are all of the islands. Obviously, some of them are quite big, some are quite small. Not all of the 17,000 islands have people on them. Only about 11,000 of them have people on them. So today, what we're going to be doing is we're talking about a bamboo musical instrument called the angklung, okay? We're all going to get a chance to play this instrument today, but we're going to use this instrument to learn about 9 of the largest islands. So you see these ones right here, these really big ones. And this particular instrument comes from Java. This is Java right here, this kind of big one, from the western part, right here. This is called Bandung, West Java. So, let's play the islands. Each of you have an angklung underneath your feet. Would you grab it? And my teachers in the back, feel free to grab an angklung and play along with us. Okay, so the first thing we need to know how to do is we need to know how to play the angklung, right? So you have your angklung. Turn it so that the biggest piece of bamboo is to your right. Yep, everybody got that? The biggest piece of bamboo is to your right. Now, taking your peace fingers on your left hand, like peace, do you? You're going to take those peace fingers, you're going to put them on the T that is created right here on the frame. Yeah, so you can have the piece in the middle of your peace fingers. Yep, looks good, looks great, looks great. Now taking the right hand, you're going to hold on to the outside edge of the frame and then shake it. So we're going to try a couple things. Let's try to play a long note. Ready? Play. Okay, try playing just a little short note. Yeah,
how do you hold this? Is this the way you have to hold it?
Anyway, just so that you have a good grip so you can shake it. So you're looking for a nice, good tone. So let's try a short one. Okay, let's try a little bit longer. Ourselves with the Indonesian archipelago. So if everyone will look at your angklung, take a look at your angklung. You have a name of an island printed on your angklung. On one side there's a number. You might need to turn it over to find the name of the island. Now, the first island today that we're going to introduce is Sumatra. Whoever has Sumatra with the number 1, would you please shake your angklung? Sumatra with the number 1. Yeah. Okay, and who has Kalimantan with a number 2? Shake it. Shake it, shake it. See how much of a better sound that is? Okay, what's your number 2 one more time? All right, so there's Kalimantan. Number 3, Java. Yeah, shake it. Okay, and then this tiny one here, Bali. Number 4? Anybody else have a number 4? Okay, you gotta shake it really loud because you're the only number 4. 4. Okay, and Sulawesi, number 5. Yeah, and Okay, here we go. So. And then. All right, so here's what we're going to try to do a little bit of harmony now. Now, if you have Sumatra, Java, Sulawesi, or Papua, so Sumatra, Java, Sulawesi, or Papua, can I hear your angklung, please? Louder! Okay, so that's my right hand. If you see my right hand, you're going to play Sulawesi, Java, Sumatra, or Papua. Now, my left hand, if you have Bali, Sulawesi again, Nusa Tenggara, or Lombok, would you play? All right, one more. Two hands, okay? You have Sumatra, Bali, Maluku, or Papua. Would you please play? Let's think one more time. So if you see both hands, Sumatra, Bali, Maluku, or Papua. Let's hear that one more time. Left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand. Okay, all right. So now that we know how to play our angklung, we're going to talk about a song that we're going to play today. Would you all put your angklung down on the ground? So, angklung traditionally has been played for hundreds and hundreds of years. I'm talking centuries. And it was used to accompany festivals and ceremonies that accompany planting and harvesting. What kind of plants do you think that they, or agriculture do you think they participated in and grow in Indonesia?
What's it called? I forgot.
Besides bamboo.
Oh, never mind.
Besides bamboo. Something you eat. It's very small. It's white.
You might eat it with gumbo.
Yeah. Rice. So yeah, many people are farmers. They would use the angklung in parades to accompany ceremonies so that hopefully they would have a good harvest, a good planting season. But because it's hot and humid and tropical there's also many animals, okay? Birds and Sumatran orangutans and things like that. And today we are going to actually sing a song about the cockatoo bird. So in Indonesian, the word burung, can you say burung? Burung means bird. And kakatua means cockatoo. So can you say burung kakatua?
Burung
kakatua. Okay, so the song we're singing today, very short, kind of silly, goes burung kakatua hinggap di jendela. Nenek sudah tua, giginya tinggal dua, which means the cockatoo sits on the windowsill. Grandmother is already old. She only has 2 teeth left. Indonesians have a really great sense of humor. They're very real. They recognize that you get old and sometimes you lose your teeth. And that's kind of silly. And then the final part is just trekking, ooh la la la. It's pretty fun. So we're going to learn this song first by singing. I want you guys to repeat after me. Angklung can not only be played with a group where everybody works together, but you can play it solo. So I'm going to play the angklung solo while we sing the first line. And use my cheat sheet here so I don't mess up. So I'll sing the first line, you repeat after me. Here we go. Your turn. turn. And then the middle part goes. That's where you'll need the short technique, okay? You can sing with me. We're going to hold that one, all right? That's your note. That's going to be your solo right there. Sorry. Sorry, guys. That's the last part. Sing that. All right. Okay. How are we doing on time?
About a little more than 5 minutes. Like 6
Okay.
minutes.
Okay. All right. Let's give this a go. So, what we're going to do is we're going to play to the map. Just like we did before, I'm going to point. Pick up your Angklung again. Let's just review what number we are, what island we are. Let me hear Sumatra. Sumatra. Okay, so friends, you can either watch the cipher notation at the bottom, or we're going to try to do it with me pointing. Okay, so here we go. Are you ready? All right. So 1, 2. Okay, actually, let's not do that because I don't want to be in the front. Do you guys mind reading the cipher notation?
Yeah.
When I point to the cipher notation, just play your number. It might be a little bit easier. Okay, so when I point to your number, you want to review our numbers really quick. Who's number 1? Number 1, number 2, number 3, 4, 5, 6, 2. And the 2 on top? That's you? Yeah. 2 on top? Yep. Play. And then 1 on top. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's try again. So here we go. 1, 2. So, everyone knows their number. I would like for all of the fifth graders here to play the top line. So you're going to be responsible for the top line, okay? See all the the top line here. My teacher's in the back. You're gonna play the bottom line, which is a harmony.
Just tell us what the zero is.
The zero. Okay. The zero is actually a rest.
Okay.
If you have the number and then a dot after it, you're actually supposed to continue playing.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Okay? I'm sorry, I didn't explain that.
And you too, yours is one with a dot over, and yours is two with a dot over. Did you get that?
Okay.
Yeah.
But my teachers, since we don't have bass Angklung today, just play whatever if you have that number.
Okay.
Okay. You ready? It's the same thing we just played, just with a little bit of harmony. Okay? It's probably easier to see now. All right, here we go. 1, 2. Bali. Lombok. Papua. Nice. Nusa Tenggara. Great. Guys? Java. Nice. Bali. Sumatra. And Sulawesi.
Maybe she'll leave him here.
Maluku. All right. Nice job, guys. Very nice job.
Thank you so much.
Job, Chris. Great.
So we want to play the Angklung now? And tell them, well, like he said, tell them, you were there, right?
Yeah, I've lived in Indonesia for about 3 years. I've studied in Bali, in Java, and in Sulawesi. And kids, when they go to school in Java, they play the Angklung.
Cool.
And usually there's many, many of them, so it's not you just playing solo by yourself. Everybody gets a little bit of help. So, and they can create orchestrated pieces. I actually saw the Bohemian Rhapsody done on the Angklung once. Yeah, guys.
Yeah, what inspired you to do this?
Well, I play Balinese music, and I have just been interested in any sort of different music I can find in Indonesia. And I'm particularly interested in music education, so I was thinking to myself one day, how do they teach kids music in Indonesia? And so I found some people in Java, and they said, we use the Angklung.
And another question, do you know how to speak it?
Yes, I speak Indonesian. But in Indonesia, because there's 17,000 islands, each island has its own language. Will have its own sort of variation of its own language. Because they're separated by water. So everybody in the country speaks Indonesian, but then Bali has Balinese, and Java has Javanese, and
Gamelans?
Yeah.
How many do you know how to do?
I can speak Balinese and Indonesian.
Guys, we have one more presentation, so we're just going to move on.
Yeah, we're just going to kind of
That
make
was
a little
cool.
switch.
Very cool. Oh, second line.